We're on a chat with the Rigster.
How we doing?
Paul Rigg. Nobody knows his first name, like ever, do they? Not many people know him as Paul Rigg. So Riggy, the Rigster. Predominantly, I think when we first met you, you were really well known for online because you're like 2.1 mil in online earnings, and like 600k in live. But where did it all begin?
Probably, 5, 10 and 20 rebuys at Blackpool.
Really?
Station Road for a few months and then they moved to where they are now.
Yeah, it's back in the day, them events, them games on a Tuesday night, Tuesday night in Bradford, and there were games to play because everybody turned up.
Monday Bradford, Tuesday Blackpool, Wednesday Sheffield, Friday, Saturday, Sunday Blackpool.
And you were still playing online at the time. Obviously, them days they probably weren't even there, was it?
It was there, but like when I first started live, everything was pot limit.
All right, yeah, of course. Right.
So,
yeah. You first recorded Cash on the Mob back in 2002, believe it or not. Can you believe it's that long?
yeah. It feels that long, I know.
£60 pot limit hold'em. Like you said, everything was pot limit.
I think it'd be at Manchester as well.
Salford.
Yeah.
Well done.
Riverside.
Nice one. 330 quid.
Yeah.
Did you use it well?
Well, I'm still here.
£330 at Salford, I tell you what. But obviously the big one, and your first real big score, 2004 Blackpool, the Northern Lights. How good was the Northern Lights?
Back then, it was just the tournament player of the year.
Yeah.
And they had a bit for everybody. Like, I can't remember what main event was, but
300. Well, the 300 double chance was the one
that
was your big.
That I won.
That was the big one.
Wasn't main event.
No.
Yeah.
£15,000. Just added to the pile.
No, it let me do a bit more travelling and stuff like that. Rather than just local.
Yeah. I like it. Can you remember anything about the final? Can you remember who was on it? Were it all locals?
I can't remember a lot because I think I went out 9th or 10th, didn't I?
In the main. Yeah. Obviously, we then moved from the Northern Lights, which was a fabulous, because it was like the first time that anybody had met anybody big. So they all travelled up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Can you remember the last winners of the Northern Lights? Can you? In fact, I'll give you a bit of a clue. The last heads up, they travelled home in the same car.
Would it be? Raz?
They were brothers.
Sonny and
Correct.
Chaz.
Sonny and Chaz, first and second, and as they're walking out the door, they just said, all the money's going home in the same car.
Yeah, Sonny and Chaz.
Obviously 2007 then becomes the GUKPT. You cashed in Manchester.
Yeah, that'd be when Colclough beat Barry Neville.
Oh, how good was that?
And Neville's interview was just different class.
It's still the greatest line in poker.
Yeah.
It's still the greatest. If you've never watched it, try and find it on YouTube because honestly, it's just one of the greatest lines in poker. Really good. GUKPT started 2007. Did you notice that everybody from the Northern Lights was like playing the GUKPT that year?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. First GUKPT I'd play, I think it'd be at Bolton, would it?
Yeah, you were around there. I say you were around in 2007. You actually cashed the first season, I think 3 or 4 times to what I remember.
And then I lost my driving licence.
Okay.
Smoking ban came in.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course he did.
So I went to Thailand for 6 years and played predominantly online. Yeah.
Well, you'd still got a couple of scores during that time when you kept coming back. Obviously,
I came back for a visa once.
The old summer sizzler. Yeah, you jumped in the summer sizzler in 2010.
and I think I cashed at Coventry, but that might have been a GUKPT.
Yeah.
And I actually flew straight back from Coventry.
With all the money?
Yeah, I got a taxi Coventry at Manchester Airport.
2010, the Summer Sizzler is a little bit poignant because there were 725 runners. You do a big chop. Can you remember who you chopped it with?
Well, that was
Just remember one person.
Andy Wilson.
Correct. He's always said, and he still tells everybody to the day, that he was done out of money in that deal.
It was his.
Come on, tell the story.
It was his doing. We went on a break.
Yep.
And he came over to me. I didn't really know him.
Nope.
And he went.
I don't think anybody did, to be fair. Back then, 2010.
He went. Everybody seems to know you, Riggy.
Yeah.
He says, "Do you think there's any chance of a deal?" Like he's got mountains as Wilson. I mean, I think he had 19 million.
Well.
And none of us, other four of us, didn't have 2 million. So I'm like, well, I said it'll depend what numbers are.
Mm.
He said, I'm happy with 10,700, I think was the number. And I'm like, working it out in my head. And I went, yeah, I said, I can't promise hope, but I'll have a word with Rest.
Yeah.
Went to Rest and I went, just nod your heads, agree, and let's have this done with. So one guy said, oh, I think we should play on for trophy. I said, no, Andrew deserves a trophy. I thought, don't start talking. So we did the deal and Andrew went, how much are you lot getting? I said, 9,600 a piece. Andrew should probably, in hindsight, have been taking 15, 16 grand, like, you know. But I've spoken to him since.
Yeah.
And that's what started him off.
That's exactly correct.
So he said, in a way,
yeah,
that's what's kick-started his career.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he's never done a bad deal since.
No, I don't think he's ever done a deal since.
No, it's obviously talking about Andy Wilson. Now we know. Now he's predominant. The boy effect is known all over the world now. He's playing in big ones. He's won absolutely millions. And such, like yourself, such a down-to-earth kind of guy, and great at the tables just to chat with.
Lovely lad, as I say. He's very similar to that first time I saw him. Really,
yeah.
On his, you know, the money definitely hasn't changed him
not
or
at all.
anything.
No,
you know.
Absolutely not. You said you disappeared for a couple of years. Then you come back in 2014. We end up in Blackpool at 25-25 for 11 grand.
I think that was my first comp after I got back.
Really? You just never lost it live? Did you play live when you were away, or was it just all online?
Played a little bit of cash.
That was it?
Yeah.
But then you come back to Blackpool and just 25-25 trophy.
Yeah. And I only sort of came back playing live because I'd stopped smoking.
Right, okay.
I was on 50 a day, so I will, every orbit I'd have been out at room, you know. And so that was why I came back playing live, and then I had a few years mainly playing cash.
Yeah. Talking about cash and Blackpool, obviously it's synonymous to dealer's choice.
Yeah.
And every time a GUKPT turns up, there's always one table running, no matter what time of day it is. What out of all the ridiculous games that you make up on a regular basis somewhere on a Tuesday night in somebody's house, what's your favourite? And probably a favourite would probably be one that you've never heard of.
No, because it's changed now, because obviously back in the day we had wildcard games.
Yeah.
Now there's no wildcard.
You can't play roll your own with anybody else, can you?
Oh, no. So, to be honest, probably my favourite games are Paducah.
Yeah.
Only because of the positional side.
Yeah. Lee Orton, Paducah. Button. Every single time. Did anybody work out how to play him? Because we knew it was the game he was going to pick.
Yeah, you know, but he also worked out who was capable of making a move on him, and you know. And because it's so prominent having the button, it gets called a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's my favourite. I like to be honest, if I find somebody on the table that can't play a certain game, and they've got plenty in front of them, I'll be calling that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people make mistake of picking their best game when you should be looking for other people's weakest games.
Yeah, some fantastic characters in Blackpool on that dealer's choice game.
Yeah.
Some real characters, obviously the plan, but like going back to the year like Jerry the Bib and stuff like that, you know, like obviously not with us anymore, but these characters just, and even Boise, you know what I mean, laughing, joking, and every got all the players in Blackpool with a dealer's choice, but some of the games you got to play.
But when I first started, that was the only cash game going.
Yeah.
And I think it was like £50 sit down minimum.
Yeah.
Which was too rich for me when I first started. So I used to go to Alistair's.
Yeah.
They had a £20 sit down game, and that's where I sort of learnt it.
Yeah. 2019, Vegas for the first time. Well, Vegas for the first time, first cash in Vegas. You remember much about it?
I chopped Mick Silo heads up at the Golden Nugget.
And we've been talking about you in the last few years. Obviously, you've had a few big scores since then, and we've railed you in the final three in the win, and we've railed you on different tables. What's it like now playing tournaments over in Vegas? Now you've cut your cloth in Blackpool. You've done the Northern Lights. You've gone over to Thailand to play online. You come back. You're now playing live in Vegas.
I really enjoy it regardless of results, because I get to play mixed games, and also now at being at that age I get to play seniors and stuff like that.
Coming back to the UK, the NPL, great promotion. You've done well in it. You've come, I think was it fourth in the NPL in 2022. Winning the 10k obviously helps towards the next year.
Yeah.
Did you just smash it the first couple of months, or did you work out what you wanted to play during the year?
I think I flattened it in first two festivals a year.
There's me thinking there's a strategy to it. I'll play this event, I'll play that event. Oh no, the first couple of events in the
I think I flattened it in first
brilliant.
two.
Grand final in London, 2021 I think it was, PLO 456. We know you're a 4-card and a dealer's choice specialist. Nice touch, 37,000.
Yeah.
Fantastic touch.
It got a lot more runners than what we expected for £1,000 buy-in, because there isn't many £1,000 buy-ins in this country at PLO. We just flipped for a trophy and chopped it.
That's all right. No wrong with that.
With Harrier.
Yeah, nice touch. When you playing in poker now, when playing in the UK now, we've got time banks. One of your most famous quote, one of your most famous times on the feature with the time banks is to use all 6 time banks to tell us a joke. Is this a true story? You actually told a joke when using the time banks?
I did. It was like early on day 2 at Mini Main or something like that, you know, and I'm like, no looking at me as much, say what's he doing, but I thought if I double up I won't need a time bank anyway.
So true story, use your time banks to tell a joke. I think that's absolutely class. Can you remember the joke? Was it funny?
Probably not. There were a lot of people getting irritated while they were waiting for it anyway.
Oh, brilliant. You touched on the seniors. Obviously the seniors score in Vegas was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was a great, and we were there really. What was it like? Sat down there. Obviously, we could see what was happening, but it was. I thought we got the nod that you were on the FT, and the rail just turned up. It's great to rail somebody like yourself. What's it like being down the final 3?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed not to take it down, to be honest. But and I probably had one or two too many Coronas.
I think we all did.
But I didn't. Like, I think I started drinking like 12 players out or something like that.
Yeah, and you just thought whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And we ended up third.
Third, yeah.
Which was 3 or 4 hours later. You just imagine the Coronas in 3 or 4
but
hours.
obviously there's now probably 15, 20 on rail. So there's Coronas coming every 5 minutes sort of thing. And
Yeah. If Vegas, since you was first cast in Vegas in 2019, it's been pretty good to you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You've done.
Yeah, touch wood.
Yeah.
I've never had a losing trip, but as I say, because I'm not playing these monster fields a lot of the time as well. I think that helps.
Yeah.
You know, like mixed games, a lot of times they're 200-300 runners, not 3.5.
Well, the one dayers are absolutely perfect, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you took a nice score on one of them. You won one.
Yeah.
Turned up one night. Yeah, I won that one. Just
Yeah.
turned up one night, which was a nice score.
And then I won a daily last year.
Yeah.
And then I think I cashed next 5 or 6 tournaments.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it's like a confidence thing.
Of course it's fun,
Yeah.
and you're in form and you think you can't be beaten.
Yeah.
It's always good.
So
Always good. Well, keep going to Vegas because
I'm
it
going.
does seem to be good to you.
a week today.
A week today, very nice. Look forward to seeing you out there.
You come on
You've been,
Sunday, don't you?
yes, indeed. You've been in the game over 2 decades. We'll mention that. What's the plans for the next 10 years?
Slow down.
Really? Yeah. Pick and choose whatever you want to play.
Yeah, I probably won't travel much in this country.
No.
You know, it'll all be like
Yeah.
north. Yeah, and just pretty much slow down,
Yeah.
really.
Well, pick and choose the right ones.
Well, hopefully, yeah. As I say, it'll be Blackpool, Leeds, Manchester sort of thing. But yeah,
Just slow down a little bit, but just keep playing and keep smiling.
yeah, as I say, I don't know how long mind will stay sharp. That won't help, like, you know.
Good luck in the future. Good luck in Vegas when you go next week. Good luck in the future. It is an absolute pleasure because you have been around 20 odd years and we have seen you in the card rooms and entertaining us on that Dealer's Choice in Blackpool. If you weren't there, you missed an absolute treat. Riggy, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Top man.
Cheers.